Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. Now today I'm going to look at a band that I just cannot stop playing at the moment, and that is Wet Leg. They've had two albums. The first one, the self-titled album, was released in 2020, and the second one, Moisturizer, was released this year. Now Wet Leg are really two girls, and they are Rianne Teasdale, rhythm guitar and vocals, and Hester Chambers, lead guitar and vocals as well, although she doesn't sing as much as Rianne. Now Rianne would be the chief songwriter, although Hester does write songs as well, and she gets credit on a few of them off the two albums. Now they're really a five-piece now, because with the new album they've had three extra members, and I had to write them down. Henry Holmes, drums and percussion; Josh Mobaraki, rhythm guitar and synthesizer, backing vocals; and Ellis Durant, bass and backing vocals. Now Ellis Durant also has writing credits on the second album. So what do they sound like? Well, they're like an indie band really, and there's a White Stripes influence especially in the second album. And Rianne's vocals are quaint, and they're a little bit like Lily Allen, believe it or not, but they work so well in the songs. Now, as I say, they've had two albums. Which one do I think is the best? Well, we'll take a look at both albums, and the first one is the debut album, and this is the one that almost took the world by storm 3 years ago. Everybody was talking about this, and I bought it on the strength of one song, Chaise Long. I loved it, but there's a lot more to it than the Chaise Long song. Like Being in Love, as the opener, is like a mid-tempo song. It's about being in love, feeling sick, and it's actually very, very witty. Chaise Long itself is so infectious, with an absolutely cracking video. And some of the lyrics are just so funny. For example, is your mother worried? Would you like us to assign someone to worry your mother? I think that's just genius. Angelica is a good catchy tune with a lot of sort of chiming type guitars on it. I Don't Want to Go Out is the one that really does sound a bit like Lily Allen, but it's a catchy track. Wet Dream is so infectious, and the actual vocals of the verses I think are so cute. It's the only way I can describe them. But the chorus will have you singing away. It's absolutely brilliant. It's possibly the best song off this. Convincing is a good chorus. It's a mid-tempo song, good chorus, and excellent backing vocals on that. And then we flip over to side two, Loving You. Now Loving You has got some very high pitched vocals which are really nice, especially on the verses, and there's a lot of nice la 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 la's before a very sort of laid back chorus. It's a really good track. Your Mum guitar is very, very prominent, especially through the verses, and Oh No is a very, very simple song, but it's effective. Piece of Shit is quite acoustic on the verses, but it's Rihanna's vocals which I think are really good, and she tends to lift the last syllable on each verse. She takes it to a higher note, which sounds really, really good. Supermarket's a slower song with a good sing-along chorus and good sing-along, actually good sing-along backing vocals. And then Too Late Now is very atmospheric. It's completely different to anything else on here, and it possibly is the best one along with Wet Dream. So this is an absolute cracking album. I absolutely love it. It's definitely a 5-star album for me, and so that was released 3 years ago. This year they released this one, and it's funny, I mentioned in a comment somewhere, it was at the end of last year, I wonder when the next Wet Leg album was coming out. But yeah, this came out, Moisturizer, #1 album, as was the first, so their two albums have reached #1. And this also has 12 tracks on it. Now I think this one is a little bit heavier with the guitars. This is where maybe the White Stripes influence comes in a little bit more than it does in the first one. But this is an absolute storming album as well. Like, it opens up with CPR, which is a really good sort of rock song with a very infectious chorus. Liquid Eyes is a catchy sort of mid-tempo, almost pop song, but it is one of my favourites off this. I think it's really good. Catch These Fists is a really good rock song with jerky guitars, and I think it was a single. Davina McCall is simply gorgeous and it's highly melodic. It's a sort of slow to mid tempo song. It's an absolutely beautiful track. Jennifer's Body is a decent song. It's sort of in your face. It is very heavy. And then my favourite off this is a song called Monge 2. The lyrics are really funny again. And for example, nice try, now get out of the way. I think that's genius lyrics. Pawn Song is another sort of quite a heavy song with a very heavy chorus. Decent. Pokemon is catchy as hell, and it is more like a pop song rather than a rock song. Pillow Talk, again, it is very heavy and talking about Calamity Jane. It's really, really good. Don't Speak is a very, very simple song but extremely melodic. 1121 is the atmospheric one here. It's a slow song, but it's absolutely beautiful. And then You and Me at Home is one of the most sing along songs you'll ever hear. It's absolutely wonderful. So, Moisturizer also is an absolute cracking album, but which one do I think is the best? Well, it's really, really tough. As I say, I love the both of them, but I am still going to give it to the debut, Just, and I mean Just. Now, don't get me wrong, the second album is no sophomore slump, without a doubt. I think it's an absolutely brilliant follow-up to this, but I just think this one I've lived with longer, well, 3 years in fact. So this one is really ingrained in me, whereas the other one is still getting there. Although I think if I did this video in about 2-3 years time, I don't think I'd be able to make my mind up which is the best. Cover wise, I think I prefer this one. This one here is good, but it just sort of freaks me out a little bit. Rianne is the one facing you, and Hester is the one with her back to you. She tends to be the one that seems to be a little bit more sort of shy and likes to stay in the background, whereas Rianne is fully up front, and she's a really nice girl as well. I've heard interviews, so yeah, it's not a bad cover, but I still prefer the first one. Okay, so that's my look at the two Wet Leg albums. Love them both, but just slightly prefer the first one. That's me for now. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. And I am going to do a ranking on another band that I absolutely love and can't stop playing, and they're all female again, and it's Haim. And I still can't make up my mind. They've had 4 albums and I love every single one of them. So until then, that's me for now. All the best now. Bye bye.